Hello guys. So now let's look into how to solve Bio Chapter 1, Practice 5, the solar system. Now it's really interesting, so let's look at it. Here's kind of neat because you'll be able to see how to move from one cell to another in different spreadsheets included in formulas. Okay guys, be patient with it. It's getting there. So remember, this week you only have to upload one file out of the 10 possibilities. Which one you pick, whichever one you think is doable for you, depending on your challenge. Some are easy, some are intermediate, and some get more advanced. So you try your level. Okay, so the file should be opening up really soon. So it's getting there. So remember, once the screen pops up, guys, don't forget to click Enable Editing so it allows you to make changes. Patient with your files. All right, guys, let's get started. So again, maybe the formatting changes, it's extra, well, but do them for practice. How do you do it? Well, just select like the cells, analyze from what cell to what cell, select them. Many of you guys confuse selecting by doing this. That's not selecting, guys, that's copying. You have to wait for the white cross to appear, and then you could use your tablet, your mouse, whatever you have to do, and then you could probably use the Merge and Center feature really fast. Maybe you want to increase it, put a border, and I don't know. You get creative to what options you want to do. All right, so let's select A to G12, and then maybe to those cells, it would be better if we put outside borders all around it, or all borders. Maybe the column B, put a comma to it so it looks a little bit better. Gravity, that's cool. And so on. Before we get started, guys, we need two important values. Your weight, let's just put 160 pounds, an average weight, so we could all have that same answer in the figure when you compare it. The constant P, the value for pi, the 3.1416 and so on, a bunch of numbers, right? So here, instead of you having to estimate and write out, just write in the value pi, the formula, like a function, open and close parentheses. What would that give you? The exact value of pi. That way you don't underestimate or overestimate your answer. Cool? So here we're going to be working with the solar system, the different planets, and we need to identify their diameters, their circumference, their area, the weight, and then we do it all over again in English. One is in kilometers and the other one is in the English system, which is miles. So first, let's do the metric. You have to define the diameter of a planet. If we have given the radius, if you remember your math, it's just twice the radius. So 2 times the radius, or radius plus radius. Here I'm going to make the formula of before times 2. My 2 is like a constant, so it doesn't need a log or anything. So it's just a constant value. It's never going to change. My circumference, if you remember a little bit of math, is the diameter times the value of pi. And it tells you right here, look, to reminder, the circumference of a sphere is pi times diameter. So I'm going to click on the diameter, and I'm going to multiply by the constant pi. Either or, it doesn't matter. Now, pi is a cell that shouldn't move at all. That's when you want to use the log to prevent that cell from moving. That's it. Area, because we're looking at a sphere, not just two-dimensional shape. We're looking at a 3D shape. Now, the formula for the surface area would be 4 times pi times radius squared. Literally, just follow directions. So 4 times pi. I don't want it to move, so remember, I hope you remember how to put the logs. times radius, so B4. Squared means you gotta use the shift 6, the little caret symbol, and then you can press to the second power, or the 2. So again, you have to read 4 times pi times radius elevated to the second power. That's what the function is doing, and then you can grab it. For your, remember, it doesn't fit, just extend it a little bit more, or double click. And for your weight, it's equal to your gravity of the planet times whatever your weight on Earth we have. So the gravity times whatever weight we put. Remember, we put 160, so I'm going to put a log because I don't want that cell to move. That's the important part here in Excel, to analyze which cells require a log and which ones don't. And pretty much you write your name, etc., and so on. Here, we also have to do the English as well. This one is 2 in 1. So the important part is, how do we convert kilometers to miles then using this factor? So here, let's do the formula. The cool thing is everything is in the same order, the same planets. So I press equal on my B4 on the English worksheet. I go to the metric, I select the radius. You see how it's saying metric exclamation? B4 saying I'm grabbing the cell that is in the metric spreadsheet on the B4 cell. Then I could press times, plus, whatever. In this case, I go back to the English. So now my formula is saying metric from B4 times English. English what? The conversion factor, which is C17. I don't want it to move. I could press my log function key, F4. And that's it. Now you have converted the radius of the different planets in kilometers. Now you have them in miles. What do you do? The same thing over. You're like, I don't want to struggle. Look, copy the same formulas we already did. I'm going to literally copy them. I'm going to go to the other cell and literally just paste them. You're like, nothing happened. Yes, because remember the constant pi? We had it on the other section. Those cells, those formulas are making reference to the value of pi on C16. Once I write it, boom, everything else populates. And that's it. Simple as that, guys. Cool. So I hope you had fun or practice with it. That's a goal, that hands-on, guys. You want to try these activities. All right, guys, take care. See you soon.